Hello, everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar. My intention is that I will add some value to your dating life and to yourself, and you will consider working with me one-on-one. I'm not going to be offering private sessions for much longer, so this is your opportunity to still get a chance to dive deeper and see if we can create magic in your life. So sit back, relax, and watch this presentation. I'm always available for your questions. You can send me an email or find me on Instagram under Heal with Pavlina, and I aim to reply within 24 hours. So, screen share. Intro webinar, union of divine masculine and feminine. Let's break it down and why it's so important. Find a fulfilling romance and raise your chances with good women. This is not for you if you've never done any self-inquiry or work on your childhood traumas. I can certainly assist you with some trauma and anxiety and depression because I've been there myself. But if you have never done any therapy whatsoever, then this could feel triggering, as any kind of self-development program might be. And it's not for you if you think that you know it all and you cannot learn anything new or get inspired to uplevel your life further. If you're looking for a magic pill that will make everything work in your life in 30 minutes or overnight. If you're unwilling to open your heart and mind. On the other hand, this webinar is perfect for you if you have persistent questions about what you want and need in a relationship, what women want and why, how to be more confident and relaxed around women, how to remove the guard many women put up, how to last longer in the bedroom. Stay until the end. I've got a bonus for you. Why divine union? To me, it means that once we unite the inner woman and inner man within all of us, we could end the abuse of power, the abuse of one another, or substances like alcohol, drugs, and actually even the abuse of sex. So if we collaborate, we join our skills, the masculine skills of outside of the box thinking, leadership, stillness in the eye of a storm, and then the feminine qualities of creativity, playfulness, spontaneity, and also intuition. We could heal, live in love, freedom, and sovereignty. If we unite, we can accept that sex is a deep biological need. So we could have consensual, satisfying sex lives. That could mean end of abusing our sexuality, our body, watching mainstream porn, which is not how it's done in real life. A real woman doesn't want to have sex like that. I hope that you know it. I hope that you know that these women are only actresses and they're playing. They are acting. They're not enjoying themselves. So yes, that's not a real lovemaking. Sex work and sex trafficking could be ended as well, because we would have fulfilling relationships where we would communicate our physical needs and hopefully have them met. Why am I qualified to tell men about the masculine, the feminine, love and sex, and how do I know what women want out of men? First and foremost, I am a woman, as you can tell, hopefully, and I have a background of a broken home. My parents were rather emotionally unavailable. We never talked about sex, or we didn't really hug that much. We didn't tell one another that we loved each other. And that kind of made me to rebel, because I knew that this is not the kind of relationship I was meant to follow. And I was not meant to create all these limiting beliefs about love. But I did, because these were my primary caregivers and I love them, I forgive them, and it's been an incredible learning experience. But it did cause some struggles with dating. I would have attracted men who were emotionally unavailable or who were abusive, narcissistic. And that would kind of cause me to close off as well and then become emotionally unavailable when I finally met somebody who was really healthy, mature, and good for me. And I would just push him away. But I've always been very curious about sexuality and human psychology, and very, very curious to experience it and find my middle, the tantric middle, not to go to any extremes. But obviously, in order to find my middle, and also what I help my clients to explore, is that sometimes have to go to the extreme to then find your middle. That I am very non-judgmental and I'm willing to guide my clients when they're exploring their love and sex needs. So I would see clients for tantric appointments, sometimes back to back, and these appointments could last 2 to 3 hours. We would dive deeper into their sexual issues, all the questions they had, and also embodying the experience. Many men, they struggle to get inside their bodies. They're stuck in their head. They overthink, they worry about rejection too much. And so I helped them work through these problems in person. But it was very unsustainable. The more I focused on somebody else's sex life, the more my own sex life suffered. So I thought, I am creating all these beautiful experiences for people, helping them fix their relationships, but my own sex life is non existent. So where is this going? I started coaching clients virtually, one-on-one, sometime in 2016, 2017. And that made me think what a wonderful tool internet is. Even though I don't like social media, I can see that if I start putting myself out there, start creating webinars and online courses, I can impact so many more men without burning out in the process. And I just feel like some clients are too shy to actually come up to me in real life and ask me for help. If this is you, I can help. If you're stuck in your head, if you're fearing rejection, if you're sick of the guilt and shame you carry, if you don't have enough sex in your life, and if you feel like you might have imbalanced masculine and feminine qualities, you're in the right place. There's no shame in going 10, 5, 10, or 20 more years without a partner in crime. But how many more do you want to go it alone? Do you fear you'll end up cynical, bitter, or even hating women in the long run? Why are you wasting time focusing on women who don't want to date you or just aren't ready for the great man you are? If you want change, you stay alone, keep all your wonderful masculine gifts to yourself, and take them to your grave. Loneliness is the price you'd pay. What you need is here. Healing the mother wound. Unfortunately, we all have some kind of mother issues because we all came from a mother. We all came from the womb. So deepening your respect for the feminine and seeing it as something that gives life, that gives inspiration. It's very creative and fluid. Therefore, you don't really need to blame your own mother for being emotionally unavailable or too controlling, because you will move away from the physical side of the feminine into the metaphysical and energetic aspect of the feminine. So I would help you to realize that your own feminine energy within is something you don't need to be afraid of. You don't need to push away. That emotions, in fact, are what makes you human. So also the metaphysical return to the womb is about finding safety and nurturance within, not trying to source it from women per se. However, finding a caring woman who is a must. And I help my clients with that as well. And of course, the foundation is self-love and self-worth. Do you feel deserving of having this energy in your life? What women want and why? Of course, women want a knight in a shining armor. But it is not as simple as you might think. It's not about being a perfect protector and giver who's always out there battling demons and protecting her and the household. Because if you were always out there in the battle, then she would end up being alone. And that's the perfect ground for her finding a lover. And we don't want that, obviously. So how do you do that? How do you merge uh, the masculine calling of being a leader, being out there and fighting these battles, and also being able to have a great communication with her, to balance your inner feminine qualities and the masculine qualities, and actually have a relationship that would work for her, for you, and for you as well. So the art of communication, it's a very delicate dance, but as I just told you, it's like if you're always working, if you're always out there and you're not physically present, she's never gonna like that. Women need somebody who can snuggle up with them in front of the telly, or just lie next to each other, read a good book at night. And of course, they have biological need to make love. So how can you be truly present? Because that's what women want. They want your presence. They want to feel your heart. So polarity, even during conflict, means that sometimes you will need to be the one who's not in control, who's rather submissive, and let her lead. And sometimes you're the one who's leading and she's the one who's being taken care of. And there is a dance that, requires shifting roles sometimes, because polarity creates chemistry. Your confidence. First of all, you have to remember who you are. You're a child of God, so you are inherently worthy. And if you unite your feminine with your masculine, you will feel very balanced, and you can drop from the head into your heart, because your heart has the answers. It's not only your head. Most of the time what we hear in our head is combination of the voices of our parents and societal norms pushed upon us. So remember that you have inherent leadership skills. If that doesn't make you confident, then what does? You don't have to be the richest man in the world. You don't have to own empires. It's not always about the material things. And in fact, when you get a good woman standing next to you or behind you, you both can create something that you will be able to rely on. You can own a business together. But it is really about you knowing who you are first and having a beautiful relationship with yourself. Trusting yourself. Helping a woman let her guard down. First of all, you don't do that. Don't ever attempt to fix a woman. You can fix stuff for her around the house. You can help her with things. That's very beautiful. But yes, you only create a safe environment. You ground within yourself and you be yourself. If a woman has a wall that she created around herself, it's because she had been hurt in the past, and she might be projecting these hurts onto you, even though you've done nothing wrong. But she feels that the masculine needs to be punished for what she had experienced, either with her father or certain male figures in her life who disappointed her, weren't there for her when she needed them. So the only thing you need to learn is the art of witnessing. When a woman is being emotional, what is it that you have to do? Well, most of the time the answer is nothing. You don't have to do anything. You just be there for her. You'll give her a hug. You will nod when she's telling you all these reasons why she's upset, something that happened at work, or maybe she just doesn't feel pretty that day. So you're witnessing her. You don't have to fix anything. And then if she's not ready to surrender, And you will know very shortly, maybe by date 3 or 4, if she's still very standoffish and you feel like she's holding back and she's afraid to be vulnerable, then maybe you need to give her more space. Maybe you need to make her feel miss you. And, if she's not ready, she might need to do a course of therapy or have some somatic body work done. And then she will feel like she doesn't need to blame you for what has happened in her past. So be patient and compassionate and know that you don't need to tear the guard for her, that the shield she mounted across her heart. Um, she can also easily take off when she feels safe within and with you. Prolonging sexual intimacy. So the first step is that you choose the right partner. You choose somebody who has patience, who's tolerant, who's willing to explore things with you, who's willing to surrender, or who's willing to take charge when the mood is right. So you can also find out your erotic blueprints down the line when you have a partner that you feel comfortable with. And obviously, once you start being intimate, and I would suggest that you wait, it shouldn't be always up to the woman to pace things. You can help her, you can help her to let her know that sex should be the icing on the cake and that you don't have to start with that. The more you get to know somebody, the better the sex is. That's just a fact. A lot of people who are emotionally unavailable, they don't like to take their time because they don't like feeling vulnerable. It's threatening, it's traumatizing for them. There are certain tips and tricks that you can use to make her feel safe, of course. Let's say if it's you who's the emotionally unavailable person, then don't use her body as a dumping ground for your emotions, for your stress, and to make yourself feel better, to make yourself feel like a man, like you just conquered a new battleground. Obviously, you should already feel good within yourself because then you will not try to milk everything out of an intercourse. That will be the icing on the cake. So I choose my clients how to breathe during a lovemaking session so they can feel multi-orgasmic. So you can actually keep climaxing as you're making love to her without spilling your seed. Isn't that a great bonus? If you decide to dive deeper and work with me, you'll get more relaxed and confident around women without desperation. You'll attract an emotionally available equal partner and create polarity. You'll blow her mind in the bedroom. So again, I'm not going to be offering one-on-one for forever. So this is your year. If you'd like to work with me and have me channel all that wisdom that I feel I've accumulated over several lifetimes, there was definitely a past time where I was a priestess, a tantrika, and deeply connected to gods. And man used me as an oracle. And I feel like it is my mission in this life to put it all together in an everyday language and help the modern man to utilize his ancient wisdom and the wisdom of his own body to create the love life that he wants. This might look very overwhelming, but I thought I'll throw it in there anyway. So this is how I structure my healing and coaching sessions. We have to uncover your limiting beliefs because you might be wishing for the best love and sex of your life, but if you don't believe that it can happen for you, That's why it's not happening. So with the theta healing method that I use and other energy healing methods and maybe a little bit of counseling, we can easily dissolve these limiting beliefs and install new ones, far helpful ones. Of course, we will have to focus on your self-worth, self-love, and forgiveness, and self-forgiveness. The role of your money-making skills and why that's a big win-win. A lot of women are unconsciously wired to seek safety in all areas of their life. So they would like to have somebody who is a good earner, who earns good money. So if she's short of money or there's some kind of emergency, that you can help her, you can take care of her. And then maybe when you have a baby together, that you'll be able to finance all the baby's needs, because I think that having children is quite expensive, and it should be expensive. We should make sure that they have all the beautiful things that we wanted to have as children without overdoing it, of course. We will do some visualizations and meditations. We will focus on your integrity and consistency. It's something I have been adopting in my own life in the last few months, and it's literally changing my life. I have struggled with consistency and perseverance and, integrity, keeping my word, having self-discipline. If I say I'll be there, that I'll really be there. So that's something that I find very attractive on men and also on women too. The help of an embodiment, because if we don't embody all these new teachings, they will not work. So there might be some dancing, some shaking, or some somatic practice that you will do at the comfort of your own home. We will also use the help of natural elements and divine archetypes. I will explain later. And I will help you understand her seasons, if she's still in her fertile years. You will learn the right communication, tips for establishing safety and trust for her and for you. You will learn about all the cool meeting places outside of the internet world. I'm not a big fan of online dating, but by all means, you can put yourself out there on some kind of good dating app. I don't know, there's some good dating websites that you have to pay for. And first of all, you'll have to turn up without any expectations. And if it's a in-person date, no desperation in your eyes. That's very off-putting. Then I will teach you tantric lovemaking. Once you have your woman, then I want to prepare you for blowing her mind in the bedroom. And of course, you get an accountability buddy. That's very important, that you have somebody who will always steer you in the right direction. That whenever you go off the track, and it happens to the best of us, I have coaches as well, because I frequently rebel against everything. So I need to get back on track and call my coach and get my mind straight and clear and just get back to work. So accountability buddy celebrates the small wins with you and leads you to the big win. These are some of the testimonials that I wanted to share, snippets of our conversation. So you can then read these in your PDF that it's included in the email. But as you can see, like, one client thanks me here for his self-awareness and self-development and inspiring ideas. Another client has actually admitted that he has felt very guilty for taking Christmas a holiday break. He is a hard worker. He doesn't like it when he doesn't go to work. So my meditation actually helped him. It settles him, gave him some answers. So he is about to publish a book that he started writing when we were doing our sessions. And for that, he needed to take some time off, but he was battling this guilt. It's like, oh my God, now I don't work. But the book had been written, so that's really important. Then another of my clients noticed that the negative voices in his head are indeed his mom's voice, and that he managed to fight it and shut it out. That's amazing. And then another client just sent me a very brief message. It feels much better after talking to you. Thank you. Another client said he had an exceptional week after talking to me. And then there's this client who got a woman text him, and they're going out for a dinner, kind of out of nowhere. That's fantastic. And then my favorite email is here from also one of my oldest clients. And he says that because he met me in person, he says that he knows me as a great Tantra teacher and that I changed his life, taught an old dog some new tricks, and he will be eternally grateful. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes he wonders if it was all a dream. You came here to change your dating life. This is your chance to have what you want, no settling. Apply for a discovery call with me. So, of course, we need to find out if you and I are a good match. If I can help you to find a woman and revamp your confidence and your sex life. Again, sex is a biological need. You don't have to feel guilty or ashamed for having some sexual urges, and that you would like somebody who will be sexual with you. And I know that there will be seasons even in your life when you will not feel like you want to be like screwing your woman every day. And that's great. So again, like, how do you communicate that this has nothing to do with her, but something to do with your work or just a process that you're going through? So I love helping my clients with all these areas: love, sex, dating, women. I know a lot about women, and I also know a lot about men. And I never cease learning new angles um, for approaching the masculine, because you men are just a gift to the world, and I would like you to share your gifts with women and with the world, stepping into your masculine power, harnessing the feminine within you for greater intuition, for having fun, not feeling guilty when you take some time off, when you play. And I'd like you to meet the kind of woman who will complement you, your life, your mission, and your spiritual and work calling. So when you click on this link, it will take you to this link tree menu, and you can just book the discovery call. If there's no available time for you, just send me an email. If you click here, then it will take you to a blueprint that I created. Very simple breathing techniques for stress relief. That's your bonus. And then this is the email you can contact me on, or you can find me on Instagram. And of course, all my offers, ebooks, and the upcoming courses are here or will be there in the future. So I hope that I added some value and that you will contact me for one-on-one coaching sessions. I recommend that we work together for 6 months, but we can start with a smaller package of 3 months. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to send me an email or DM me on Instagram. Thank you for watching, and have a great day or a good night. Bye.